Hello everybody, I hope that we are all doing very well as always. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a slightly different video than usual. This is hopefully going to be a video that will be really helpful for anyone who struggles to either hit their macros, hit their targets, and also anyone who struggles with coming up with maybe different ideas for meals. You get really bored, or you struggle with maybe coming up with an idea for a meal based on what's convenient when you're going out the house, when you're at home, whatever it may be. So today we are going to go through 4 different meals for the exact same macros. These are the rough calories and macros that we're going to be following for each of these 4 meals. This is something that I think is really important to share because I personally never used to really realize that I could swap out and have different foods. I would either massively overcomplicate it for myself, or I would just never have variety in my diet because I thought I couldn't. But the reality is that you can swap different meals around, different foods around, and still hit your targets. And this is where I actually find that having a few different alternatives based on what I'm fancying in the day, as you will see based on the 4 meals that we're going through here, is really helpful. Sometimes I like to keep it the exact same because I don't want to have to think about it. Other times I do like to have something different. I do like to put a little bit of effort into it. So hopefully you enjoy following along. You can let me know in the comments below which meal would be your favorite, or if you have a different meal alternative that you would like to go through if you had these macros to follow. Also let me know, and maybe I can give that a go as well. The preparation for all of these meals is going to be pretty simple because it should not be that difficult to make nice, enjoyable meals. You can put a lot of effort into them and make them super fancy if you want. I personally don't have the time to do that all the time, so most of these are going to be nice and efficient. For this first meal, potatoes are going to be the carbohydrate of choice for some air-fried potato wedges. If you want to make these extra nice, I do recommend parboiling them for about 5 minutes before you put them in the air fryer. The key thing with a lot of these meals, with not just hitting your targets, making it easy, it's not just about the planning of the meals themselves, but also using utensils and things that make things a lot easier. So you'll see for a lot of my meals, I'll use my grill or my air fryer, and I will also often use my rice cooker. I'll admit, potatoes are the one thing that take a little bit more effort when I parboil them. If you want, you can literally just put them straight in the air fryer and they will also be just as edible. Maybe they're not as nice, but they will still be good. The chicken and the avocado I already prepared with a meal earlier in this day, so these are just ready to go. Super simple. Chicken again was in the grill with an earlier meal. You can obviously prep this whenever it's convenient for you. And then avocado, I like to personally smash up in a bowl, and I will add a little bit of lime juice, some pepper, some salt. You can put a little bit of coriander in this if you like it as well, and that is basically like a little homemade guacamole. So whilst the potatoes are cooking, just going to prepare the salad. We will very simply do some mixed salad, a little bit of tomatoes, a little bit of onion. You can do this to your own preference. Make a little bit of a salad bowl with the chicken. Then very simply, once the potatoes are cooked and finished, we will pop those in the bowl, we will add the guacamole, we'll add a little bit of salsa. You can add your salsa of choice, and that will be an absolutely beautiful chicken salad meal with potatoes, with salsa, with some guac. This next meal option is one that is maybe a little bit less convenient because you're probably going to want to prepare this at home. You could probably prepare it and take it out, but I personally like to actually have this one fresh because we are going to do a small chicken salad with some sourdough, avocado, and eggs. So as I say, you could prep this and you could take this out. It's probably not going to be the nicest, but it's still a really convenient meal to make. Chicken literally goes in the grill as always. Some sourdough bread in the toaster. Make your avocado into a little bit of a guacamole, just like I showed you with the previous meals. Put that on the toast, put the egg in a frying pan. I mean, you can poach it, you can scramble it, you can do whatever you like with this. And then whack that all in a bowl, and it literally takes 5 or 10 minutes to prepare. So this next option is a meal that is nice if you either like, one, a sweet alternative, or two, something that's maybe a little bit more convenient when you're going out the house, so you have to prepare something in advance. Today I am actually going out the house, so it works quite nicely. I am going to be making basically oats and cream of rice. You could do oats or cream of rice. I personally like a mix, so I'm going to do a little bit of a mix of the two. Pair that with some nut butter and some fruit. You could also make this even more convenient by making it into like oat cookies, or you could do like cream of rice pancakes or waffles or whatever you want. Put those in a waffle maker, put them in the air fryer, whatever you prefer. But that can be a little bit of a more convenient option than also having to like eat out of a bowl and prepare it like that. You can literally make it into a little bit of a snack, and it's much easier to take out of the house. When I prepare these in advance as well, I personally just like to make them in the microwave as usual, cook them to my own preference, and then I just whack them in the fridge when they're done. Top tip for this as well is actually use a good whey. This Naughty Boy carrot cake whey is literally to die for. So this is probably one of my favorites at the moment, second by the Trained by JP Biscoff flavored. So just make sure you get yourself a good whey to go with your oats, and it will be game changing. For the carbohydrate base of this next meal, we're going to use one of my other favourite kitchen appliances, which is the rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, please get a rice cooker. Not only will it make your rice so much easier to make, but it will also give you basically perfect rice every time you use it. Now, because the rice is already prepared, this is a meal that you could make a lot more convenient by simply having this cold and having everything ready in advance. You could even do salad instead of vegetables here like I'm doing, and we are also going to have this with smoked salmon. You can do smoked salmon, or you could also do steak potentially for this meal, lean meat, honestly any of the meat of choice. This wild smoked salmon is super low in fat, so for 100 grams here there is 3.6 grams of fat. If you compare this to potentially like a farm salmon fillet or other smoked salmon, you're looking at maybe 15 to even 20 grams in some of those fillets or packets. So just make sure that you're aware of exactly what the nutrition content is in the protein source that you're choosing. In this case, smoked salmon. Like I say, you could have this cold. You could literally do the rice, the salmon, and maybe some salad or some really, really quick and easy cold veg. Even do your veg in the microwave to make it simple. But I personally like to do this as a bit of a stir fry. So I like to do my smoked salmon actually on the pan, actually cook that, have it warm, and then I pair the rice with some vegetables, which I'm all just gonna pack onto this pan here, stir them up a little bit, and then put it all in a bowl together. So this makes a really, really nice little salmon stir fry bowl. Sometimes I like to do this with steak, as I say, sometimes I might do it with chicken, but it's always nice to have a little bit of a mixture with the protein sources in your diet, and especially getting a little bit of red meat, getting some fish in, making sure you're getting your omegas in. But ultimately, you can adjust this meal based on your own preference. When you've got all of the separate ingredients in a bowl like this is where we're going to split into two camps, because you're either the type of person who likes to have everything separate, or you'll mix it all together. Now, I usually like to have things separate, but I'll be honest, when it's something that's meant to be like a stir fry, it's all mixed together, I like to mix it up. So I'm personally going to mix all of this up. I'm going to add my salt, add my pepper, and then we will add the avocado and the kimchi to go along with it. So those are 4 examples of how you can very, very easily hit the same macros in 4 different ways. Obviously, there are so many different ways that you could hit those macros. That's how I like to do it based on my preferences. I'm sure you'll maybe have some of your own preferences as well, but it shows you how you can have that little bit of variety and still make your food really enjoyable while still hitting your goals, and also making it, as I say, easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be complicated to hit your targets and also enjoy hitting your targets and having nice meals as well. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please do make sure to like, subscribe, let me know your comments and your thoughts below as always. And if you want to see any more cooking, meal prepping style videos, if you find them helpful, please let me know and I will make sure to bring those out in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will catch you all in the next one.